Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Cafecito con NHCOA. Today's conversation, Protecting Your Health, Tips for Better Cardiovascular Health, offers a focused conversation on heart health among Latino Americans. Heart disease remains one of the leading causes of death in our community. And conversations like this serve to disseminate reliable information. Today, we will explore practical steps to support a healthier heart, share culturally relevant tips, and discuss how prevention, education, and small lifestyle changes can make a big difference in living longer, healthier lives. Let's hear more about this from our guest speaker, Dr. Henry Pacheco, physician and an advisor to NHCOA. Thank you all for joining us today, and let's get started.
First of all, let me just start with with the bottom line, and that is that the cardiovascular diseases represents either the number one or the number two cause of death among Latinos. Some put it at number one, others will put it at number two, and it doesn't matter which one; it's right there. So it's very significant in terms of Latino health. And why should it be a priority? Well, the cardiovascular system consists of a group of organs: the heart, the arteries, the veins, the blood channels, small capillaries, and they all carry vital nutrition, blood, oxygen to the rest of our bodies. So when it starts malfunctioning, which could be silent for many years, by the way, and of course then we start suffering the consequences as these silent diseases become more obvious and start manifesting in our daily life. Heart disease, hypertension, stroke, kidney disease, they're all linked together. They're all, kidney disease is also another manifestation of in many cases, not in all cases, of cardiovascular disease. And that leads to too much disability and ultimately death, Death by sudden cardiac attack, the cardiac arrest, or gradual heart malfunction. And much of it results from our own poor health habits and behaviors. In other words, which means much of it is also preventable. We can definitely delay the disability that it causes, and of course delay the death caused by cardiovascular disease even much more so. We as individuals can intervene in many of these stages and really improve our cardiovascular health tremendously. Much of it is under control long before we have to start taking medications and all that. But of course, one important part of preventing is going for a regular checkup to the doctors to be sure that we don't have things like diabetes, hypertension, which are silent. Most common as far as heart cardiovascular challenges among Latinos are hypertension, diseases affecting the arteries, and of course, along with hypertension, which is the arteries lose their flexibility, and therefore they don't react as when they are healthy and young. They just, along with the heartbeat, they expand, they contract, and they're flexible. As we get older and as we have poor diets, they become more rigid, leading to the blood pressure being high, and that blood pressure being high leads to significant disease and damage to multiple organs like our kidneys, our heart itself, and of course, can lead to strokes and other terrible things. Then there's also the depositing of fats and plaque in the inner lining of the arteries, which of course, including the coronaries, which are arteries that feed the heart and which carry nutrients and oxygen, valuable oxygen to the heart and to other organs. And of course, if they get blocked, they can result in the common heart attack and sudden death, and of course, also damaging part of the heart and that has its own complications. And of course, then we also have diabetes, which also damages the blood vessels. And diabetes is linked to these poor diets that affect the heart, but it's so closely linked that they're mostly one and the same. It's interesting, but if we look at it, traditional Latino dishes, traditional Latino diet is really pretty healthy. A lot of it has been ruined, I'm going to use that word, by adopting what are the typical North American diets, right? The typical North American diets are full of harmful foods for our health, full of cheeses, highly processed foods, candies, snacks that are all highly processed. And so our traditional Latino diet is really pretty healthy. But in any case, what we need is a diet rich in a variety of fruits and vegetables. And then, of course, grains, lentils, garbanzo beans. Then for a source of protein, things like beef, chicken, and of course then consume great amounts of fish, which is all of these are necessary for protein to build our muscles and all the other benefits like beneficial oils from fish, for example. And of course, we want to consume diets that are, milk that is low fat or no fat milk, fat-free yogurt, use more olive oil, canola oil, and avoid animal fats, lard, tropical oils, and of course, obviously butter. And also, we shouldn't forget, we should seek to drink at least 8 glasses of water. It's not I, but the American Heart Association that recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week, which is about 30 minutes. 30 minutes of brisk walking, for example, every day, 5 days, maybe take a day off. But also we need to do some weight-bearing exercises. You can go to the store and buy, a couple, it's good to do it in pairs, of 5, 10, 20-pound weights and lift them on a daily basis and do, your physical exercises with those weights, because you need to exercise the muscle. You need to challenge the muscle in order not to lose muscle strength, because we need muscle strength to keep you in balance, to preserve your balance, and that is at any age. There are many exercise videos on YouTube for older adults. Find a couple of videos that you like, those are doable exercises according to your age, and just do it. Every day. Take a break and do the weightlifting, and then you've done your brisk walking. So you're getting pretty much the type of exercise that we need. Older adults, like all of us, we need to get our heart rates up. And so there are many of those strategies that you can do to keep in good shape and in healthy shape. So, our challenge is to keep our heart and circulatory system healthy and functioning for us as long as possible in a healthy way. And we can accomplish this by consuming a variety of foods and avoiding or drastically reducing unhealthy or harmful foods such as sugars, salts, high sodium foods, animal fats. And of course, on the other hand, we also improve our situation by keeping physically active. We need to sleep regularly. Sleep helps in memory, helps you build and maintain your body. So sleep is it's a healthy thing to do. And of course, it goes without saying that we have to avoid smoking. Smoking is very dangerous to the cardiovascular system, very unhealthy, not to mention cancer, of course. And limiting our drinking of alcohol. Alcohol is very damaging to the cardiovascular system, to the kidneys. So those are 3 strategies that are within our reach. We don't need anything special to do that.
Thank you all for joining us today to learn more about cardiovascular disease and the importance of maintaining a good heart health. We also want to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Henry Pacheco, for joining us today and providing our community with helpful information and resources for this edition of Cafecito con NHCOA. For more information and assistance about heart health resources, the National Hispanic Council on Aging Resource Center is also available by phone call or WhatsApp at 202-658-8664. The National Hispanic Council on Aging Resource Center is a multilingual hub that educates and empowers community members and constituents with accurate information and helpful resources. We invite you to share this Cafecito con NHCOA with your family members, friends, and community. And don't forget to stay connected with us through our digital platforms and social media via @NHCOA for more resources, updates, and future events. Until the next Cafecito con NHCOA. See you then.